What's up, fellas? Got the microphone, the lapel mic. Not sure if it's going to work. We'll see how it goes. But I had to take off my phone case to get it to fit the transmitter. But anyway, wasn't sure what I was going to talk about today, but I've landed on this one. Two main reasons why I'm going to talk about it, but I don't really fuck with red pill content. Yeah. There was once upon a time where I did dig deep into the red pill, and I think that there's really good lessons out of it. You specifically self improvement. I think actually that's probably the only thing that is valuable out of self improvement. And this also is going to be a very controversial video, fellas. But I will say that I'm not a tradcon or a religious type, but you guys who identify as tradcon or religious type will probably be like, yeah, go Alex in this video. This one's for you. So some of that will come out here because I'm going to say some things that I think people are going to strongly disagree with or even just, be a hater or whatever. So red pill content, I think for the most part is good for self-improvement. And even then, is that red pill content? That's just common sense, self-improvement. Everybody wants to self-improve. Make more money, get out of debt, be fit, go to the gym, be healthy, even cardiovascular wise, do some cardio, eat healthy. I think I just said that. I forgot. Anyway, these are common sense stuff, guys. It's common sense stuff. But what I've noticed about red pill stuff and red pill content, when I don't really, well, first of all, if you are traditional at all, you will be turned off by red pill content. And it's getting worse and worse. Like years ago, when this red pill stuff started happening, when I first divulged into it, also, there was some really good messages. Maybe some things, some dating advice, some things to do, some things not to do. But it has delved quickly into a shithole, and you can easily see that by the comment sections, and I'll go over that next. You are what you eat. You are who you identify with yourself with. Remember that. So, red pill content is just getting into this thing where I think red pill, honestly, is one of the reasons of the downfall of why people can't pair bond anymore and can't form relationships. It's because a lot of these red pill gurus and dating advice dudes. I thought about this the other day, right? Let's pretend you're a woman on a dating app and you have all these options, but it turns out all the options are the same color. What happens in that point? Let's say everyone takes advice from these red pill guys and we're all the same. You won't stand out. How do you identify with somebody if you don't even know your similar interests anymore because you're being told how to act? You're being told what to do. My cat just jumped up here, so I apologize if he's being annoying, which he probably is. But my point is that if everyone's gray, there's no yellow, there's no red, there's no color, there's no personality there. So all these red pill dudes and everyone, I think in a way are sabotaging. That's why it's like, stop listening to that bullshit, man. Yes, there are some good lessons there, but the reality is, and I think all of it is to prevent yourself from being hurt. As a man, you need to get hurt emotionally, physically. There is no, it's like this constant obsession with avoiding pain. And that, in my opinion, that is not being a man. Being a man, from what I've learned, is enduring pain, enduring these times. And you're going to have to go through physical pain, mental pain, emotional pain. So running away from these problems, running away from stress, running away from pain, because that's what these red pill guys are trying to do, is to get you to run away from this stuff to avoid it, then you will never know pain and you will never grow. Um, just my opinion. And also, a lot of these guys are fucking grifters. They're just trying to make money off of you. Surprise, surprise. Everything's a fucking grift these days, boys. And red pill dudes are no different. And also, I'll comment this. this is also what I've noticed about red pill dudes or gurus, dating gurus. If they're so good at the game, if they're so, they know their stuff, and if you're advocating to be know all and successful, have you ever noticed that they don't really post themselves with women online? They post themselves like in their nice cars, maybe, yeah, usually in a car, but I don't see any women, you know. And that's what I'm getting at. If you're going to proclaim yourself to be some pro at something, like let's say you're a fisherman and you brag like, oh yeah, I get all these fish, and I got this big ass bass the other day, bro. They're gonna show pictures of the fish. These guys are snake oil salesmen, and not only are they snake oil, my cat is, come on, man. Not only are they snake oil, they're sabotaging you so you don't get success. Now, what are the keys to success? I'm not a fucking dating guru. The only thing that I will say personally is if you are not yourself, you should be yourself. But keep in mind that if there are things about you that maybe are turn off, you do need to improve. So you can't just be like the 40-year-old virgin and have action figures all over your place in your mom's basement and think, oh, a girl's going to like you. Obviously, there's things where you do need to self-improve and change. But what I'm saying is that if you are not yourself and show interest, like if you're a Christian, if you're a diehard Christian, you should aim to say that so other Christians can appeal to you. Because if you're a Christian and you don't tell them that, then what are you gonna bring in? What are you bringing to the table? I know I'm rambling here, but that's just the best way to go. From my experience, and I know this is taboo these days, but in a way you should be yourself because that's how you're going to attract someone. You know what's funny? I used to play a lot of World of Warcraft, and there was a girl I went on a date with that, this is like a while ago, that actually blurted out to me that she was a nerd, and I kept digging and digging, and she eventually admitted that she played World of Warcraft. And I'm thinking to myself, I've played World of Warcraft. I played a lot of World of Warcraft, but I would have never have known this if I didn't dig into there. Do you get what I'm saying? That whole thing could have never happened. Or maybe my point is, I know I'm rambling here, but these red pill gurus and these dating gurus, in my opinion, are setting you up for failure, to make a buck. They want you to come back around for the YouTube videos and to send them money for dating advice or sending them money for consultations. They're no different than these dating apps that want you to be subscribed to make more money. It's just a business. Now, of course, I don't know. For me personally, I mean, I'm not a dating guru. I'm not a dating god, but I will say what has worked for me in the past every time. And yes, guys, there are times where you will turn people off by being yourself. But you know what I've also noticed? You will turn people on as well. And it's rare, yes, but you eventually will find someone that's similar to you if you actually are honest and tell them your intentions. You'd be surprised if you start dating or date a woman and you're honest with your intentions and say what you want, it may open up that person to admit that that's what she wants as well. But if you follow these dating gurus and just hide yourself and just like be like, just hide everything and just play the game to like get laid, of course, no wonder why no one's forming relationships anymore. No wonder why no one's forming bonds anymore. Because now everyone, like I said at the beginning, is gray. Everyone's gray. No rainbows, no colors. You're all the same. You're like that NPC meme. You're like Squidward in Squidville. Anyway, and my final point is, so I'm rambling a lot here. You ever go to the comment section of these videos? Holy shit. Bro, it's bad. Like you're looking at future school Second Amendment people here. You get what I'm saying here? Like future Elliot Rogers all over the place in these comment sections. Holy shit, man. Oh my God. Look at what they say in these comment sections. They're no different than like the women saying, "Oh, they hate men." You know, and sure, you know, we all have those moments where you get frustrated with the opposite gender, but man, these guys really, really hate women. Hate women. Just read the comment sections. It's fucking bad. And like, you are what you eat. You eat all that red pill content, you will become darkness. You see all those commenters, you will become one of them. And have you ever tried, like me, like on some accounts I have, like I'll go on one of those videos and I'll go in the comment section and I'll tweak the opinion a little bit. I won't completely agree with the red pill person, and I'll say, hey, maybe men need to self-improve, or hey, maybe men need to do this. Holy shit, they will flock on your comment, call you a everything in the book, a simp, a loser, just for offering like a somewhat different perspective. You know, they have words for these. They're mostly incels, but it's becoming more and more common. And yeah, I don't, like I said in the beginning of the video, I think Red Pill has some good concepts, self improvement, but it's mostly a grift, guys, and you don't want to become darkness because that's what you will become. And you're going to walk outside with a huge rain cloud on you, and no wonder they're in the position they're in. Anyway, that's just my thoughts. Let me know down below what you think. I know there's a lot of controversy in this one, so peace out.